Hello, welcome to CLSB Politics. Sean Briscoe speaking. Uh, as bad and as crazy as things have been the last few weeks, what if I had a story about how things actually could have been worse? So, the New York Times put out an article a couple days ago talking about a company that probably many of you may not have heard of. If you volunteered for a campaign, you've probably used its product, if a Democratic campaign. So, Van NGP is almost failed completely during the last presidential cycle. Um, Now, to give you an idea what that means, that's the CRM that operates and drives the entire GOTV ID field call, even a lot of mail. All that information is held in a database, and there's a piece of software that sits on top of that database that allows us to access and pull and do all that fun stuff that we do. That's how we run campaigns these days. Well, NGP decided that I'm going to be honest, since 2012 Van's been kind of garbage. They really haven't done anything to themselves that is noticeable. I'm sure there's some little things, or there's a tweak here or a tweak there. They did something. I'm sure they've been doing stuff, but I have not noticed a noticeable difference between Van in 2012 and Van that I'm using right now. So, yeah. So, those of you that probably don't know it, but if you volunteered for a Democratic campaign, you used Minivan, which is the app that allows the canvasser or phone call person or whoever to interact with the CRM and give and take data. So what happens is I'm on my app and I'm walking around and I'm clicking on my little things, and every time I click on something with the app, you send information back and forward to the CRM. Well, that whole system almost collapsed during the election. And we're going to go talk about that for a little bit because it would have killed every campaign, especially any campaigns that don't have a lot of dollars. It would have been catastrophic. So, the money has started to pay attention to this, and this was New York Times is talking about. It's a huge Democratic financier, Alan Blue, finds out that Van is collapsing, and he's like, "We need better technological infrastructure, and this should be part of the broader demographic building, effort." And you ain't wrong. Technology is the data. It is the foundation for every campaign. Um, the Democratic Party's even taken steps. They sent their entire uh, technology team. They gathered all their operatives in one place just to talk about NGP Van and what the hell they're going to do about it. Um, and even a nonprofit named Movement Cooperative stepped in to try and help and support the Democratic campaigns. When everything was going sideways. Michael Fisher is one of the guys from the meeting that the DNC set up with all of their technology operatives. I mean, this is just fundamental. They're all basically. I've never heard this many operatives in the DNC. I mean, talking about Van in this way. I mean, a lot of us down, in the operative level where we're building out field programs and things, and yeah, all that we've been complaining forever. But to hear it go all the way up to the top, and it's at the tippy top, is pretty nuts. Real quick, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you wish to support this channel, we have a PayPal account. Pays for mostly paywalls for articles and things of that nature. So every little bit counts, and we do appreciate it. The Democratic National Committee, yeah, their technology DNC officer is just absolutely dumbfounded. I mean, when you read the quotes and stuff, they're obviously alarmed. They've got, you know, they got to be ready to win elections. Virginia's got all their state stuff happening this year. So they can't even wait till 26. This is stuff that's happening right now. And you've got, well, the Supreme Court race in Wisconsin, which is where I'm at. This stuff is happening right now. And he's asking for, significant safeguards and redundancies so that our systems will have enough rigidity to handle the stresses of, the last 2 weeks of an election and still have the ability to be nuances as you would need it for the rest of the, election cycle. They're, and they're calling for a complete evaluation of every relationship. You understand the DNC signed a contract, had to be 3 or 4 years ago, a 10-year contract with this company. But what's really interesting is there are some clauses in that contract that says, listen, we own all our data. Also, the second you guys stop being able to perform at the level that is required, we're out. And so they've got some safeguards in that contract, and I have a very strong suspicion very shortly we're going to get a heads up on what they're going to be recommending for Democratic campaigns moving forward. NGP Van had stuff to say in this article as well. They say they're the gold standard of political organizing tools, and I can honestly tell you that ain't true. I've been doing this for 25 years. I've used CRMs that far exceed anything that Van's put together. 12, 13 years ago, Van was on par. It's been 12 or 13 years. So they also, just to give you an idea, this company traces its lineage back to, an NGP software company, and the Voter Action Network came together to build out this system. And in 2010, 2 years before they really stopped investing in it, the companies merged. And ever since then, it's just not been the same. You understand, it has billions of records on millions of Americans. Anyone we've ever asked a question to on a front porch is in this system. It's insanely important, and it's ridiculously big. So NGP was purchased in 2021 for $2 billion with a private equity firm called Apex Partners, which created a subsidiary called Bonterra that is now an overseas company. So the largest database management system for democratic politics in the country is an overseas company. Wow. That seems real dumb. But here we are. So I have some thoughts. I've been yelling at Van since 2006. True story. I took the voter reg from a county, built out my own field program, put it up against Van because the county party, we were running a congressional race, and the county party wanted to come in and run their field program as well. And so they walked out with Van, and they walked out with what I built. The people who came back took another book and went out with what I built. The people that came back says the worst list they've ever seen. None of these people were at the houses that you said they were. And I would hand them one of my books, and they would go out and come report back that, and this was back in 06, that, our lists were infinitely better. What kind of list did? Where did you get your data from? Well, I got it from the voter reg, which I don't really understand why campaigns don't use the voter reg. Yeah, you got to pay for it, but you got to pay for a lot of things. And this should be one of them. Buy the voter reg. Put in your own CRM. In fact, in 2006, when we were talking to his congressional candidate, and he wanted to be a good little Democrat and put all his data back in a van, but we knew if he, didn't win, and it was, it was a not a Democratic leaning congressional race in North Texas. If he didn't win, another Democrat could walk in, get Van through the party, and have access to all of the work that he did. And he's like, no. I want to be a good Democrat. I want to put my information in my van. And I'm like, all right. Sure enough, 2008, lady went in. So we canvassed for 5 months in, about 6 different counties. It was ridiculous. And she took all that information, that was given over to Van to help Democrats, filed for his race, ran against him in a primary where it cost him extra $65,000, which isn't a whole lot of money in this game, but for a Texas Democrat out in suburban and rural Texas, it's a lot of money. And he would not have had to spend it had he not just just kept his data in his own spreadsheet and never put it in Van. So also, because of the fact that I know Van was insanely inaccurate when it came to voter locations, which boggles my mind because the voter reg is right there. Anyway, I know for a fact they cost us state house seats. State house seats are relatively small. The population size in Texas is relatively small. I mean, especially 15 years ago. Yeah, I'm almost certain Van cost us seats. Because I would audit Van with the voter reg because I had it, back in the day. That's another thing. You could, in 2007, you could buy the voter reg for 1.2 million registered voters in Dallas County. They'll burn it onto a CD for you and hand it to you for $20. It's like almost $3,000 now. Last time I checked, so costs have gone up, but still, best record to run your campaign on. Anyway, so never been a fan. I thought it was an interesting philosophy and an interesting idea, and I saw where it was coming from. Kumbaya, all that stuff, all about all of us Democrats holding hands and singing around a campfire. I'm all about it, but the reality and operation are very different. So this was my very mild rant against Van, my openly happy experience that Van is dying, and the hopes that Democrats adopt a much, much better system. So again, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you wish to support this channel. There's the PayPal, and I will talk to all of you guys later. Bye.